Well, first there's Joe Foux. Joe Foux is the president of Woodcock Limited of PA and of Woodcock Limited National. I have Molly, who's a 7.5-year-old female German Shorthair Pointer, and I have Thunder, who's a 2.5-year-old German Shorthair Pointer.
Why this breed? You just happen to love them?
Yeah, they're fantastic. They're friendly, they're personable, they're attracted to people. They're, you know,
Yeah.
English Pointers are driven for the hunt. German Shorthairs are driven for the hunter.
Yeah.
In my
And
opinion.
you're gonna do a good job for us today?
I have beepers on them. They know the game. Depending on the breeze, we'll try and work into the breeze, but you know, at some point you have to work the opposite way. But they're good at swinging around and keeping that breeze in their face. They'll find woodcock and hopefully get a good point. The birds will hold real good, and we'll go and flush it. And if it's not a perfect point, I won't shoot. You're welcome to shoot. I don't care. But you know, hopefully we'll bag a few birds today. Easy. Easy. There he goes. Just take him, Joe.
Go away, Joe.
What do we have?
So you got it.
I did. I bring it over, you probably want to get one on camera there right away.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got a point there, Joe. That was a point.
That's great.
Yeah.
Little male, you can tell by the feathers on the end of the wing here how narrow they are.
Okay, that means a male.
Yep.
And now, is that an average size, good size, or are they all about the same?
Females are bigger.
Okay.
Females are much bigger.
Yeah.
And that's
probably
it.
about
And that,
average. It's not a large woodcock. Yep,
but that's it. And that's what they use to get down in to find worms and stuff. And
Yeah, and they're actually prehensile, which means they can put them down in, and you can see the tip of the bill. It actually moves and allows them to extract the worms. They have a real raspy tongue, real long raspy tongue.
Wow. All right.
And they're good eating too.
How many are you allowed?
3.
3 apiece.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, 3 is just about an appetizer for me, so.
Yeah, there's not a lot to eat, but it's good.
Cool. Let's do some more, Dave. I like that.
This land here is county land, Northumberland County land. This was strip mined in the 80s. I hunted around this when it was a pit, you know, a big steep pit, steam shovels in here digging, and the Rosini Coal Company stripped this, leased it off the county, stripped it, and they did an excellent job of putting it back together. Over the last 20 years, the habitat has come in beautiful. A lot of aspen in here, crabapple, pines, and you know, woodcock galore. Woodcock are probably the perfect wild bird for pointing breed dogs. They hold real well for a pointer. I won't even shoot one unless I have a perfect point. For me, it's all about the dogs. There it is, right there. 2 feet in front of that white birch tree.
I see it.
The stars are aligned this month.
Look at that bird. Now, talk about natural camouflage, Dave. That natural camouflage of that bird, if the dog wasn't sitting there beeping, you'd never know that grouse, that woodcock was there.
No, whoa! Bird!
How cool was that? Dave, that was worth getting here, driving to Shamokin area, and seeing. I've never seen that before in my life.
When woodcock season opens, I drop everything.
I can see why.
Drop everything.
I can see why.
And it's about the dogs. My chest just swells up when I see my dogs.
How long was he there? 3 minutes, 4 minutes, pointed right. Nice job again, man. Very nice.
Hey, thanks.
I don't even have to squeeze the trigger. I just enjoyed the best show in the world.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I remember it very small. The season for woodcocks was very small. It's getting longer. Tell me about the change in the season, and is that a good thing?
Well, a few years, yeah, it's actually a good thing. Well, it brings more people into the sport, which will bring more people into the mindset of habitat. You know, over the last century or more, we've lost the type of habitat that woodcock need. Swamps filled in, developments, malls built right on top of excellent habitat. And well, I know for the last 20 years or so, we were losing about 2% of the woodcock population per year to development, not to overhunting, to development. Well, in the last few years, through conservation that's been going on the last number of years, that's leveled off and slightly increased the population.
Take it.
I got a tree.
I never got a shot. Pine tree, big tree. It's straight away from it.
Yeah.
Wow, that bird held tight too.
Yeah, that did. 20 years ago, I wouldn't think about hunting woodcock on this piece of property we're on. In fact, I was all grouse back then, and I rarely saw a woodcock back then. And now in the last 4 weeks of the woodcock season, I have flushed 96 woodcock on this piece of property. Now, having killed, I killed 8, but I've flushed 96, almost all on this piece of county land.
There it is. Will they fetch that?
Yeah, is it dead?
Yep.
Dead bird. Good boy.
Oh, great doggy. Good job. Good job. That's a nice woodcock.
Longest woodcock season I could ever remember.
Absolutely, yeah. 6 weeks, the entire grouse season. Yeah, yeah.
These are good
we're-
for looking up for the woodcock.
Right, yep. Well, I'm the president of Habitat for Wildlife, which is a local conservation organization. We work mostly here on the southern anthracite region, but I'm also the habitat coordinator for Woodcock Limit of Pennsylvania, which is a statewide organization where we do habitat improvement primarily for woodcock.
The first group that you mentioned, what was that group again?
Habitat for Wildlife.
And tell me about that. It's a local effort?
Yeah, it's 11 years old. It started right here in this area through my taxidermy business at the time. DEP, Bureau of Mine Reclamation, gave me a call. I'm not even sure why they would think to call me, and offered me 45,000 tree seedlings they had left over from a mine reclamation project. I told them I'd take 4,500. And then I called everyone on my taxidermy list to see if they would want to come out and help plant. I got 35 people to volunteer to come out and plant those trees. We planted 4,500 trees in probably 4 or 5 hours right in this area. I'll show you some today. Probably 20% of them took, and those were all crabapple and hawthorn. Yeah, that's one of 4,500 trees we planted 11 years ago. We had 35 individuals come up, planted 4,500 trees in 4 or 5 hours, and had a good time.
That was your original habitat project?
That's the original thing that started Habitat for Wildlife, our original project. So,
Good for you. Congratulations.
thank you.
That's awesome.
You can't have woodcock without the proper habitat. I could show you some habitats here that look exactly the same, but 2 inches below the soil is rock, and it won't be woodcock. When you just look at it on top, you think, boy, this looks the same as that over there. But clay, there's a lot of clay under the areas we're going to be hunting today. And clay holds water, water attracts earthworms, earthworms feed woodcock. You see the red berries there?
Those red berries are hawthorn?
Yep.
And that's one of the trees that you've been planting?
That's one of the type we plant. Crabapple I like better because the apples stay on all winter. And all through the spring, the blossoms the next year push the apples off.
Now that hawthorn, the red berries, they'll fall, just about any bird or animal will
Anything
eat
will
them.
eat them, yeah. And then the seeds will regenerate. You see a lot of new generation from hawthorn. Not so much from crabapple, but from hawthorn they spread. They
It's a
spread themselves.
hardier
Yeah,
breed.
the seed spreads much easier.
So you must get a sense of accomplishment as you walk by some area that was nothing and now has a little bit of your handiwork to
Like I
it.
said, I used to hunt right over here, and there was a shovel work digging this. But we did plantings here.
What are you doing, and what makes it like the perfect habitat?
Early successional forest is, to start with. Woodcock need moist soil. They eat earthworms, so the soil needs to be moist. Aspen, which you see around here, is a real good indicator of woodcock habitat. Also, red maple. We have a lot of black locust that was planted here. Black locust is a species of tree that gives off an enzyme that prevents other trees from growing around it, but grass grows really nice under it. Nice green grass, holds earthworms, and you know, black locust is a mixed blessing. When it's young, it's full of all these thorns. It rips you up something terrible, but once it gets up and mature, it just holds woodcock. We recently
Information about Woodcock Limited of PA, you can go to their webpage at WLOFPA.org.